This will be the last and final season of the insanely popular Vikings. As you already know, it's the second part of the final season. Just like the first part, this one will also have 10 episodes. But hold on to your hats, because these episodes are going to turn the show on its head. So here's how Vikings Season 6B is about to change everything. Let's dive right into it, shall we? What happened so far? First things first, we have to talk a little bit about what happened in the show so far in Season 6. We got to see a couple of the characters either dead or badly wounded. One of them was Bjorn, the first son of Ragnar Lothbrok, who took control and reigned as king over Kattegat. The reason we say that he was badly wounded is because the new trailer that came out gave us a little insight on what's about to happen in Season 6B of the show. And judging by the looks of the sword in that final scene, we can safely assume Bjorn is not actually dead. And in the next part, we're going to be laying down some of the theories as to how Michael Hurst is planning on getting him back into the show. As for the other deaths, we think that Harold was left badly wounded on the battlefield. His crown to the side, Eric rushes in and tries to save him, but it's too late. That's when Eric the Red took the crown and continued fighting until he no longer could. And of course, we can't forget Hifskirk killing Lagertha in the 6th episode of the season. We told you that a lot of characters went away.
I will defeat
you. Dislike for the show. Regardless of whatever happened in the show after Season 4, they could never reach the same popularity as when Ragnar was still alive. Killing the main character of the show is the same as someone shooting himself in the foot. Travis Fimmel was the main reason people loved the show, and it's the main reason the show lost popularity after Season 5. For example, they had to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no. They had to change production houses several times because of this, and Ragnar's sons could never pick up the mantle their father left on the ground. Here's hoping that Season 6B will be their redemption for the mistakes.
I shall wait for my sons to join me, and when they do...
The new trailer. There's some news on the Viking front, and it was the new trailer which was released in December 2nd on YouTube. And just like we said, saying that Bjorn got badly injured in the battlefield was correct. We got to see Bjorn laying down on his deathbed and waiting for the Valkyries to take him to Valhalla. Even though he can't even muster up the force to stand up, it seems like Bjorn will be coming back in Season 6B. He just couldn't stand to see his people in pain and suffering, conquered by the man he despises, his egotistical brother who almost took his life. On top of that, we got to see a little spoiler clip that was released on Comic-Con, and this clip cleared up any uncertainties we had about the death of Bjorn. In it, we can clearly see him riding a horse towards the armies of Havar, Hifskirk, and Oleg. This could only mean one of two things. Now, first of all, there was a theory that in the second installment of Season 6, the real battle is going to be taking place. The imaginary conversation that Bjorn had with Ivar was only in Bjorn's head. And in it, we got to see Ivar tell Bjorn that the gods have abandoned him a long time ago. But what if the entire battle was just a dream? Think about this for a second. Maybe the entire battle never took place. Maybe it was just all inside Bjorn's head as he imagined different tactics and methods to kill the invading armies of his brother. But then again, Ivar did say it's not possible in the trailer. So here's the other or plausible possibility. The battle actually happened. Bjorn was wounded and he was on his deathbed. However, he managed to get better and he led the armies against his brother's forces. And when he arrived at the gates of Ivar's fortress, the entire force of his army was marching behind him, ready to attack at Bjorn's command. And we think him swinging the sword down was the sign his armies were waiting for. Plus, why would he invade his brother's forces alone? They would kill him instantly. Besides, he was actually really weak in that scene. You could clearly see that he's barely holding on to his horse. We suppose we'll just have to wait and see what happens next, right? The twist. We already talked about one of the twists that expected to happen in Viking season. So now, it would only be fair if we take a look at the others. One of the biggest theories surrounding Season 6B is the partnership struck between Ivar and Hifskirk. If you're a fan of the show, then you know that Ivar burned his brother's girlfriend, burned alive, so this drove Hifskirk mad. In those fits of rage, Hifskirk actually managed to kill Lagertha, and that's why he was exiled from Kattegat. Did he leave? Yes, he did. Did he join Ivar, the man who killed his girlfriend alive? Yes, he did. And this is where all the theories started. You see, many of the fans, including ourselves, would like to see Hifskirk exact his revenge on Ivar, right when he needs him the most. Maybe it'll happen on the battlefield. Maybe it'll happen somewhere else. That doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is seeing him dead, which shouldn't be that far away. Twist number 2. Will Floki be coming back in Season 6B? Well, the last time we heard of him, he was trapped under a collapsing volcano. That being said, we know Floki, so we know that he won't allow himself to die alone and miserable. We think that he'll be coming back for the next season. We just can't figure out how the showrunners are going to do it. And of course, we can't dismiss the clue left behind in the track songs of the precious season. If you go to soundtracktracklist.com, you will see that track number 26 is titled Floki Tells of Why He Left Iceland. This is one of the biggest spoilers on the show, and we think we're going to be seeing more of him in Season 6B. Twist number 3. Alfred 2.0. In Vikings, Ferdia Walsh played the famous King Alfred for 3 seasons on Vikings, but the show decided not to include him in the first half of Season 6. However, we managed to find a little spoiler on his Instagram account. The actor actually shared a photo in February of 2020, which clearly showed him covered in blood. The caption read, "Vikings 6B, hitting your screens later this year. Be prepared for the wrath of Alfred 2.0. The picture was taken by his fellow co-star Alex Anderson, who plays Ivar. Does this mean we're going to be seeing Ivar and Alfred go head-to-head in the second installment of the last season? After all, Wessex is the last kingdom of England that hasn't fallen to the Vikings, and the one to defend it is Alfred.
I don't want you to enter Odin's hall. I want you to suffer a living death.
When will Season 6B air? Well, all of this talk about Vikings and what's going to happen with the show, but we never got to tell you when you can expect to watch Season 6B. You see, since the first part of the season aired in December of 2019, we were supposed to have Season 6B air in early December of 2020. Since there were no news of a release date until recently, fans thought that this initial date would be postponed until 2021. The new production house just said that Season 6B would be released on December 30th, 2020. Less than a few weeks to go. Speaking of the production house, where will Season 6B air? We already told you that the show has had problems with finding a production house after actor Travis Fimmel got killed off in Season 4. Since then, they moved from one production house to the next, and the precious half season was taken on by the History Channel. As for the Season 6B, the ones who took it under their wing are Amazon Prime Video. They said that every episode of Season 6B will be ready to stream online starting December 30th. Seeing how they're becoming a big name, we just hope they will do this show justice. Who will reprise their roles? Now, we know that Catherine Winnick, who plays Lagertha on the show, will not be coming back, and we can thank Hifskirk for that. And since Harold died on the battlefield, we don't suppose we'll be seeing more of Peter Franzen either. As for the others, we should be expecting to see the regular cast. Alex Anderson will be reprising his role as Ivar, the Boneless. Marco Ilso will continue as Hifskirk. Danila Kozlovsky will play Prince Oleg. Eric Johnson and his character, Eric the Red, will also be continuing the saga. And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you think that Vikings needs a 7th season or not? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.